Hi, my name is Tim St. John, and I'm running for a seat on the school committee. I wanted to share a little bit about myself as November 7th draws closer. I've been a resident of Easthampton for the past 2 decades, where I currently own a home with my wife Angela and our 8-year-old son Finnegan, Achilles, our 2-year-old hound mix, a lop-eared bunny named Humphrey, and a flock of hens. Angela is a lifelong resident of Easthampton with roots here dating back 3 generations. We're grateful beyond words to call Easthampton our home. I am a husband, a father, a 2-time cancer survivor, a youth sport coach, and a Spanish language student. Currently, I am a licensed real estate agent and an independent Medicare Advantage rep in training. I have been a musician and a performer since childhood, and I am an active community volunteer. For 5 years, I worked as a behavior management specialist at Brightside for Families and Children, a position that exposed me firsthand to the harsh realities that some families face, the all too real struggles that our world can create for some, and the children that are institutionalized at such young ages as a result of our sometimes misguided efforts to help. Helping isn't always easy, and systems are flawed, judgmental, or abused. I've learned that self-reflection should always be at the forefront of service, and we should always keep the humanity of those we serve in mind. I was also a certified lead preschool teacher at People's Institute of Northampton. I spent years as a precision machinist and a steelworker. Presently, I coach for my son's fall baseball team, and I am a candidate for a seat on the ELL Board of Directors. One of the many rewards of volunteer coaching is being present to provide structure and support as our players explore another aspect of their place in the world through organized community sports. Easthampton has some great programs and some incredible volunteers. I've known a number of these families in all of their diverse and wonderful forms since T-ball, many of whom we are now lucky enough to call friends. And it's an honor that I wear proudly to hear a child say, "Hey, Coach Tim," at Mountain View School. Why do I want to join the Easthampton School Committee? Well, there's work to be done to maintain and expand access to a quality education for all. Barriers must be identified and addressed creatively and with openness and compassion. Our teachers and staff need the school committee support in their work guiding our students through not only the curricula, but also the social and emotional challenges of developing in a modern world. Things are changing rapidly, and we need to be agile, flexible, and willing to adapt accordingly while acknowledging and challenging our own biases. In my experience on the Superintendent Search Committee this past year, I witnessed firsthand the difficult work that faces civic stewardship. Long hours invested by professionals to volunteer for their community, intentionally publicly scrutinize deliberations, and the impact the work will inevitably have on our public schools and greater Easthampton community. I have great respect for these professionals, paraprofessionals, and volunteers that undertake these challenges. I came out of that experience with the acute awareness that as a resident, father, and human being, it was incumbent upon me to raise my hand and try to do my part as a voice for equity, inclusion, progress, and change. I'm asking for your vote so that I may take part in that work. As a committee member, I will strive to oversee funding and establish criteria that supports the common goals of our residents, teachers, and staff. I would see my work on the committee as understanding our common goals so that our differences and diversity can be celebrated as valuable contributions to the best outcomes. We all want the same things for our families, though we may see sometimes different ways of achieving it. I am a present and accessible face in the community, and I'm proud of the work that my family does to bring people into the fold. My wife is an active volunteer and an inspiring source of positive work, and we're raising our son with community service and his values. While volunteering inside the Mountain View School, it became apparent to me that our school community and classrooms are evolving, and we need to find progressive and creative ways to continue to support every student regardless of their background or abilities, and to work to meet the evolving challenges of a technologically sophisticated society. Inclusivity, respect, and representation should always be at the center of our decision-making. And that starts with us committing to creating a safe, welcoming space for all students. supporting, gender equality, neurodiverse students, working against book banning, and striving to understand where objections are rooted, and being aware of how bullying manifests in our current social environments, seeking out educational materials that represent our current world, and easing food insecurity and better helping children and their families to overcome the stigmas surrounding such topics. Food security matters. Weather-appropriate clothing matters. So many moving parts affect our ability to achieve, and the schools are places where we can access the community and we can create better outcomes for families and children. We need to ensure that basic needs are being met as part of the process of providing public school education. It's a web of resources that need to work in cohesion. And as a school committee member and further as a resident of Easthampton, I would continue to highlight programs that seek to improve partnerships between community resources and the families we serve. I hope that some of the positions I have laid out in this message resonate with you, and I would appreciate your vote, and I look forward to the opportunity to serve this great community alongside some of the qualified candidates that will be on the ballot this November. Thank you.